So today topic is installing of ESXI. So yesterday we discussed about some sort of basic fundamentals, nothing but what is a VMware. So that's a kind of understand. So we discussed about yesterday what is a VMware and what is the functionality of VM virtualization, and we discussed some sort of the basic advantages of VMware when compared to physical environment and DR discussion. Okay, so along with that one we discussed some sort of how to download ESXI and VMware workstation from Broadcom site. So these are one of the things we discussed yesterday. Nothing but how to download the things and how to make the process should be possible. So here there is a two types of the things will be there. The current version is in the market, nothing but as per the Broadcom, it is a 8x version. 8x version is the current and latest version. Okay, but coming to the production environment, so people are using 5x and 6x version. So the major advantage of these two versions are light weighted, nothing but you don't want to be spend a lot of amount for the storage, you don't want to spend a lot of amount for the network. Okay, within a feasible moment we can complete nothing but a less RAM, less memory, less storage, we can complete the 5x and 6x versions. So the cost of maintaining activity is very less into the 5x and 6x version, whereas 8x version the cost of maintaining things are all very high end. The concept of the 8x is basically it is coming from the Tanju. Tanju setup. So Tanju is a kind of Docker and Kubernetes setup. So Docker and Kubernetes setup basically they are planning and they are successfully installing and executing the Tanju setup. So the concept of the Tanju setup is that basically we have to install and execute which is the high end defined, nothing but the minimum setup should be started from the 1 TB of terabytes, and meanwhile the RAM should be you expecting minimum of 32 GB. It is starting from the 32 GB. So whereas 5x and 6x versions, the memory is 12 GB or 16 GB also we can complete the setup. But whereas 8x version is a very high end because the image itself 12 GB of image, nothing but it's a very high image. That image will be consisting of lot of the features and a lot of the advanced package information also it will be holding. So here for the educational purpose majorly we are using the 5x and 6x version. So coming to the production environment also till now in my career, so most of them are using the 5x and 6x version. So the beauty of the 5x and 6x version is that we can connect, the dependency level is less, the weightage is less. So the server connectivity and all happening into the very fast. That is one of the major advantages of 5x and 6x version. So let me go to the main topic. How to install step by step process. So here is one of the stage of execution of the installation method. The installation method will be happening from first step is download 8x version from the Broadcom set. So from the Broadcom set, download the latest version of the VMware and latest version of the VCSA. So once it is visible, then we can able to perform the any kind of the actions. So here what exactly going to be do it? So the concept is here you are going to deploy the sites, but you will be have the some of the restrictions. Okay, so nothing but especially downloading of 8 versions from the Broadcom set. Whenever we are downloading, the capacity is very heavy, and moreover the application weight is also on top of deployment also, it will be expectation will be high. Most of the graphical user advanced mechanism will be very high. So let it be, if you are feasible to download 8x version, we can download 8x version. If not, we can download 6x or 7x version from the site. I will tell you.
Some third-party websites, mirror sites, I think.
Yeah. From the mirror website. So the mirror website will be the name. I'm just searching. So I'm not saved. So this is one of the major website. This is also one of the major mirror website. So this website also we can make a use of that, and we can download. So whatever the we are downloading, that is a mirror image. The mirror image will be, it will be the free of cost only, no need to pay anything. And here we will get the images. Along that one we are going to get the, some sort of the licenses also. But since we are going with the education purpose, this is okay. But whenever we are going with a production environment, there is always a safest way to go with the Broadcom only. That is with the subscription mechanism. So the subscription mechanism is the one of the high end we can perform and complete by using the subscription mechanism. So before that, first let me start the installation, then we can discuss. So let it be, this is my VMware setup. Okay, so how I am going to start? Let me go to the create and virtual machine, select the typical, go to that one. Here select the image of whatever the your VCSA image. For example, so I am going to deploy the 6.7 version. Select the 6.7 version, click on OK. So automatically it will select. Then go to the next. Here you need to select the VMware ESX. So select the VMware ESX. Here 8 version is there. You can go with whatever the version is there. Let it be, I'm selecting the 6.x version. Okay, the version whatever that is only for the name convention wise. If you want to select the same version, otherwise not an issue, it is a big deal. So I'm just simply, I'm okay to go with the 6x version. So 6x version and ESXI demo 2, something I created. See, by default it is taking your C drive, but you see your drive, you need to have a capacity also. Okay, see, by default it is taking the 40 GB. Select the 40 GB, go with a single storage device, next, finish. So it will take you the quality moment of the time to complete the entire process. So let me see that here. Here it will going to check the your image information. On of average, the installation process will be taking, it will minimum of 1 to 2 hours, or sometimes based on your capacity is very good means you can complete very fastly. Seems to be my image is corrupted. So this is the one how we are getting. So this entire process need to be complete from the image. So you can see that it is taking 14.9 GB. So what are the properties here? We need to be basically validate. Let me open here.
I think we have given 4 GB RAM.
4 GB RAM. You can see that here
16 GB.
14.9 GB is the I allocated, and you can see that maximum I given the 16 GB.
Okay.
My laptop space is 16 GB. I given the maximum space. You can see that 15.2888 approximately 16 GB entirely I supposed to give. Okay, and the processor will be 4 GB. The number of processors should be minimum of 4 GB unit give, and the hard disk capacity should be minimum of 300 GB. So 300 GB of hard disk is a minimum needed. Okay, so this is the basic fundamental of things, means memory, process, hard disk, then only it will be help you to move on to the things. Let me click on OK. So now my VMware is coming to the picture. So once it is coming, let me go to the insider properties of my VMware. Just function F2. Okay, let it be this is something it is asking for the root credentials. Okay, so if you forgot any time password, so this is a kind of the bias prompt to the your ESXI. So the bias prompt will be coming here, nothing but if you want to configure the password, you can set the password here. So by clicking off this one, it will ask you the any password is there. Let it be. So if you want to forget the password, this is a way. Maybe. So the primary thing is that the capacity is one of the major aspect. So we need to maintain the capacity here. So it's loading. So once it's loaded, we will get the IP address or the DNS information here. Same thing, we need to select. So register, we need to download, go to the approvals. So if you are going download means you need to download the version and the installing process, boot, accept, choose the disk and root password and access the this IP. Once everything is done, automatically this IP we need to access.
Formatting ESXI.
Yeah. So that is actually next one, formatting and all. Okay. See here, the thing is that you can see that whenever we are installing any kind of the thing, here static is there. Okay. Go to the F2. I given the credentials. I given the root password automatically. So once you set the password, then you need to go to the configure management network. Go to the here. Okay. So the primary objective is that VLAN V4. Go to the V4. The primary thing is that we need to always keep a lab setup should be in this form, in this way. Let it be especially lab setup. Your laptop act like a primary machine. Okay, so go to the command line, open it here, IP. So here the one of the primary thing is that this is your IP address of your physical machine. Okay, this is the subnet mask. And coming to that, you are connecting through the Wi-Fi, right? So when you are connecting to the Wi-Fi, we are following Wi-Fi access one of mediator. So we are selecting this is your Wi-Fi address and this is your gateway and this is your this is your subnet and this is your gateway. This gateway we are using further whenever you are creating any servers. We are using the same gateway because the thing is that whatever the gateway we are creating, that should be internally accessible. So how it will be happening means, let me show you that. We are creating the your server. Okay, so inside of that your VMware will be there, virtual layer. So you are creating the ESXI. So what we are doing here means, whenever we are creating any kind of setup, this particular server and this server gateway we are making as unique. Means everything will be into the same network. And not only that one, when you're going for IP allocation also, for example, let it be this server IP address is, what is the IP address of this server? Let it be 31. Okay, so 31. So, and what is the gateway? Subnet mask is that, this is the subnet mask, and this is the gateway. Okay, so I'm going to the in the same range of execution. For example, right now I'm going to create a ESXi. So when I'm going to the ESXi also, I'm going to create in the same way. This is the gateway, this is the subnet, and here for example instead of 31 and 31 I will give the 32. So it will be into the same range. You got my point, right? So I'm making as same gateway into the always, nothing but then it will be by using internet, it will be interact. Okay, so once I created again a new server inside my VM, inside of my VM, if I created means automatically, let it be this is the one, or let it be, we can note it down here, this is the one. I will make it as 33 IP, and the same gateway and the same subnet I am using, means this is allocated to this one. So 34 is another allocating and assigning to this one. So the primary requirement is that in production environments we will be having the DNS concept, nothing but DHCP will be there, and they are going with the payment access and all, nothing but they are going with the production related setup will be there. But right now what we are using, we are making your physical server, your physical laptop only, your DNS setup, and you are using the your Wi-Fi, and your Wi-Fi only act like a your server. Your Wi-Fi only you are acting like a server. So in this same channel only we are creating. So right now this setup is already exist. So right now I'm installing the ESXi. When you're going for ESXi installation, I'm going to install into the, first of all, gateway is this one, IP is this one, and subnet is the same one. Nothing but I'm going with a, here subnet is not this one, this is the subnet. Okay, don't confuse, subnet is the same only. Okay, only the IP address only last digit we are changing. So here coming to the my topic, so whenever going to the laptop, so this is a 31.31. Okay, so I'm giving the 31 dot, instead of I'm making myself, this is a my server IP address 31.10. I will make it my ESXi as 31.10, and here default gateway I'm using the same gateway, nothing but the same gateway whatever there I am using. Then only IP address will be visible. And you can go up, but if you go up, earlier by default whenever you are creating the any ESXi, it will be using the dynamic or disabled IPv4. You will be getting this option by default. First of all, if you're getting that option, first of all, to make it enable, you need to select the set static, then you need to provide this one, then only it will going to be accept. So once it is accepted, the IP address will be visible. So once that is done, go to the DNS. Already DNS entries are there, no need to perform anything. If you want to perform anything, you can perform, but right now already DNS entry is there. Okay, so these are the basic network things we are going to perform into the server level.
Okay.
Okay, so once this is the done, we are going with the next level of executions. Here LAN, we are using the same thing only. Okay, so once everything is done, we are going with the network configuration, keyboard troubleshootings, looking view, networking options, if any network options are there, nothing is there. Okay, so automatically it will be listing out the server IP here. So 192.168.31.10 is the my server IP. So how I am going to browse it? Come outside. First of all, you need to check the ping here. 192.168.31.10. So it is a pingable. It's supposed to be pingable. If you're not pingable means you are maybe giving the wrong directions here. Your gateway is wrong. So that is the reason you need to make sure your gateway should be connectable. Why means the environment, the server will be into the somewhere other ways. Nothing but let it be Tokyo, New York, the data center will be somewhere. But we are accessing from the remote. So whenever we are accessing the remote, there is some kind of intermediate channel will be there. So that we are connecting by using the gateway. Source and destination is connecting by using the gateway. Here your internet act like a gateway channel. So let it be, this is my server IP. Go to the server, sorry, browser, select here, just, sorry, not this one, 31.10. So this is about the security one only. You can ignore this one. Proceed to continue. So this is always a root. I already reset the password. So you will get this graphical face. The graphical image will be displaying like this. You can see that the hosts, manage, monitor, VCSA is a virtual, more VMs. Here these are the VMs are there. This space is for the virtual memory information, nothing but your all the VM will be residing here. This is about the storage. So yesterday we had discussed about the data stores. So what is the data store? For entire this ESXi, one data store will be there. Nothing but if you coming to the diagram representation, this data store will be residing here or it will be representing taking care of entire ESXi. From here only they are segregating the portion of nuts. Nothing but whenever you are creating number of servers here, whatever the number of servers are you are creating here, everything should be deployed from here. Storage area is showing that the data store capacity, you can see the 300 GB you are allocating. Okay, so it will be listing out here. Adapters is nothing but your network adapters and your devices. How many network devices are there? You can increase the new data store also. If you want to do that, you can increase, you can rescan, you can refresh. And persistence memory, nothing but the memory information of if any existing, that will also it will show you that. So first of all, the host, come to the host. So the host will be listing of all the information of your server. You can see that here, this is a 6.7 version. The build type is, this is a version. Okay, as of now it is not connected to any vCenter. It is up from the 0.01 days, and here you are going to see that get connect, reboot, shutdown, refresh, and you can see that here your server will be connecting with a proper memory, nothing but your CPU memory. You can see that the capacity of free memory and the storage. So not only that one, below we will be having the some of the additional information of your ESXi, nothing but what is the capacity, size, everything it will be listing out. So this is the one way of storage. Here VCSA is nothing but I created, I will show you that one. So this virtual memory phase is showing off all your information. Go to the manage. What is a manage? The manage is something like a settings type. For example, you want to go with the auto start, swap it, change the timings, any hardware related information you are going to change it. Licensing, for example, server will be having the one licensing. If you want to renew a license, assign the license, we are coming this way and we are updating. The packages will be something phase where we can upload the packages and install the packages into the servers. The services is nothing but what are the services are running. If you want to go with any kind of other services, you can go here, then start the services. Because some of the times the customer will be come up with a requirement, they are mentioning that the services are not coming up. Okay, so there is some sort of additional. So in the when you are going to complete it in time, it is not going to be happen, nothing but if you not, you need to install from the server, or you need to start the services from the server also. So this is the kind of the situation it will be happening whenever you are going to the maintenance activity, rebooting of services, it will be majorly impacting. Okay, security users is nothing but credentials we are allocating to the roles to the user. Let be you are the VMware administration, you will be having the like admin roles, who are the part of the other users, probably read only access. Okay, there is a kind of the special access based on the your administration, it is going to be allocated. So this monitor is nothing but the monitoring information of your ESXi, hourly basis, CPU information, memory information, disk information, everything will be displaying of hourly basis. Actually here, since it is a mine is a test environment, it is showing hourly. If you are going to the production environment, they will you, if you going with the licensed one, so you may get the lot of additional version also. Here it is showing the only last 1 hour, but when going with the production environment, you can able to open like a last 2 hours, 3 hours, and the last one day. There is a lot of additional parameters will be there into the production environment. Not only that one, your hardware information. What is your hardware information? How many sensors are there? and what are the things are there, because as of now I don't have the any sensor issue, nothing but in my laptop. So this is a blank one. If you are connected to the real server, you will get the properties of your server details also. So what is a events? Events is nothing but the collection of logs of your server. Nothing but whatever the server is there, what are the steps are going on, what is the major things are there, everything it will going to be listed out. So event usually connecting to the service now ticketing tool and all. For example, one of the server is down, one of the CPU is high, one of the memory is high. In that time, automatically the tickets will be getting connecting from the events. These events will be managed and controlled by the monitoring team. So events is a mechanism of collecting the information and pushing to the user. So task. The task is something like that. What are the major tasks? Let it be. For example, one of the day the client came and mentioned that someone rebooted the server, or we could see that there is a kind of disturbance. Okay, the server is suddenly rebooted last 1 hour back. So in the time, being a VMware team, so what the people will do, they are going to the events, they are checking the issue is there, any memory message or memory corruption or CPU corruption, whatever may be, any errors are there. And meanwhile, they are going to check the task. The task will be listing of your server related information. When your server is rebooted, who rebooted, which user is rebooted, everything it will be going to be listing out. So that is one of the major advantages of task. So logs will be full-fledged of logs. The logs is something like that, specialized, like a VMware logs, normal messages, CPU logs, and where messages, Trump messages, everything it will be segregation of data. It will be happening, nothing but separate daemons. So notification, it is a kind of assigning to the your only ESXI, nothing but it is up to date. You need to reboot the server. Kind of the notification you will get it to your ESXI dashboard. That based on the dashboard, the client will be come up and create the things. So the third one is that network. So here, if we come to the entire architecture, here majorly three types will be there. One is the host, storage, network. Means here the primary thing is that you are giving the more privileges to the client only, nothing but resources. The resources of servers will be acting upon primarily. So what are the resources? Your server, memory, CPU. These are the resources of server. So by this way, we are going to see that here. So if you want to create a new server, go to the virtual machine or create a new register VM. Automatically, you can see the particular window. Create a new virtual machine. Select one. Next, here let it be. I am giving demo 3 something. Okay, what is the version? Is any particular OS family is there? Let it be Linux or Windows or any kind of specific family is there. Let it be CentOS or whatever it may be. As of now, I don't have any emails, so let me try it. Okay, you can see that single disk. Just I'm assigning the one IP, and here I'm not assigning more space. Okay, so next, finish. So it will take some moment of the time to complete the task. By the time you were able to see the changes here, demo 3, just power on the server.
Pawan, but we didn't attach any CentOS image, na?
As of now, I'm not attached. Yeah, that is what I'm going to show. If you want to attach means, you need to always use the data store.
Sorry,
You need to use the data store.
data store. Okay.
Okay, so the data store is something like that. capacity. For example, you can see that here the data store will be holding off your all the information. For example, you want to upload it means you need to upload from here. Let it be you are going to upload it here. Once you upload it, the data store will be coming here. Then from here you can make a use of as a your storage device. So right now I don't have anything. That is the reason probably I won't get anything. It will ask you for the image. Okay. So but that is the reason if you want to how the your operating system will be going to be take up. For example, based on your requirement, we are going to allocating whether Windows or CPU or anything. So right now it is by default VCSA image is there. Automatically it is taking the probably VCSA image only as a one of the server. So let me try to boot the server. So here also you are getting the same way. Nothing but how you are installing the normal VMware into the ESXi. What are the steps will come? Everything will come into the picture. Nothing but you are directly installing. Go to the next. Same symbol you are getting from the here also. But ultimately, instead of creating this VM, ultimately we were concentrating on how we are setting up your ESXi. For example, your ESXi you want to access it. Right click in services. So this is the maintenance mode. So do you have any knowledge in the maintenance mode? If you click on this maintenance mode, okay, so when in a maintenance mode, VM cannot be created, VM cannot be configured, VM cannot be perform anything, nothing but it is a kind of the frozen. For example, whenever this powerful button is using by the especially VMware team means there is a kind of activities performing on particular data center. There is a kind of activities performing on particular cores of data centers. In the time, network level, SCSI level, or any kind of activity, it is happening automatically to avoid the alerts. And if someone is trying to perform something same time, it may be disturbance to the existing environment. To overcome that one, what the people are going to do it, they are placing into the maintenance mode. Means once it is into the maintenance mode, so being a root user, only ESXi engine are only can able to access. None of other users, if they access also, none of things are not working. Means printout is not working, something is not working, this is not working. This time kind of restrictions we can keep it by using the maintenance mode. Just click on yes, so you can see that automatically it is into the maintenance mode. Okay, so if you want to off also, you can go with the select the same thing, it will going to be off. So this is a way of how you are accessing the thing. So this is a 31.10, and if you want to change the password, change the password also. Okay, you can refresh every 15 seconds. There is some of the times client asking to monitor the CPUs, manage the CPU. That in the moment of the time we are selecting and we are managing. Okay, so this is the way how your VMware team creating the servers. Just creating push. Nothing but whatever the image they are looking. the image they are uploading into the data center, automatically it will be available. From there they are creating the servers. So coming to the law network. So what is the networking? You can see that virtual switch. What is a switch? A switch is a kind of distributor, right? It will be distribute your traffic from the different channels. So the switch is the one of the switch is allocated. Two port groups are there to the switch. Physical NICs. There is one NIC. If your particular laptop NIC itself, it is acting like a your physical NIC. Okay, you can see that here. It is speed of this virtual NIC. This is a particular virtual NIC. It is allocated to the your server, nothing but your ESXI. It is allocated. It is a performing as your virtual NIC. Then TCP/IP stacks, nothing but your transaction of protocols, especially IP interaction, IP, gateway, DNS. All the information will be listing out here. Then any firewall rules are there. So the firewall rules also going to be listed out here. Your server information, storage information, and your firewall. Any kind of any restrictions are there. If you want to restrict, if you want to make them access, you can do the changes into the here. This is the basic fundamental of how you are going to use the ESXI. So this is a product of VMware. So we are using them. Most of the times people are using the VMware ESXI. Right now it is under the control of Broadcom. So earlier VMware is the company. It was holding of this one. But right now the company is probably the less. The company's product is acquired by the multiple companies. Like a Broadcom is the one of the leading company holded by the all VMware products. So from there, if you want to get anything, you need to get the subscriptions from the Broadcom. From the Broadcom, you need to get the details. From then we can access. Let it be. This is the my server IP. Let me try to connect my server. So I already added here. So what I'm going to do it here means, and see that here it will showing that I'm giving the IP address, okay, and the credentials. Just you need to let me try if I can connect. So this is the way. So we can perform two types of the operations here. One is that so here normal commands won't work, okay, because this is the totally ESXI, your ESXI command line. So most of the times what the people are doing means, if you want to perform any kind of activities, people are going to use the ESXI command line for the administration purpose only. So everyone is not having the graphical user interface. Some of the people will be having the graphical user interface, and some of the people will be having the command line. So based on the things, people can select and we can execute the things. Any doubts, bro?